Hello. So, we're continuing to explore this Commodore 64 that was brought to me. Now, I had a 64 open that didn't have enough chips available to test things. So I've opened up another one, and it too does not have enough for what I really need to do, but it does, woo-wee. And certainly the SID chip in this machine is bad. One of the things, this is right now running through the self-test as you can see here. One of the things that, just a simple little thing, is if you run your hand through after the machine's been on for maybe 5 minutes, if any of the chips make you say ow, that's a good guess that it's bad. Okay, but what we're going to do here is this machine does not really have enough things that I would like in sockets compared to others, but it does have this one chip. Even the SID chip is locked in. But here we have the 906.114-01. And that is also in a socket in the machine that we are testing. So, I think we'll go at it this way. Another chip is always a good thing to lean on. Another thing we can tell from this machine, somewhere along the line, it has been owned by a smoker. It's funny how smoke gets in there. And I don't mean the smoke that comes out when you turn it on. Okay, so we're going reverse this time. I'm sticking this into the one that we're having the trouble with, just to see anything else changes as we do this. We turn it on. Well, that is encouraging. This is an early 64. You can tell the video, compared to others that I have seen on monitors, is not so brilliant. Anyway, now that we have that figured, let's put in the diagnostic cartridge and see if it says anything else. We will see. So this is not the greatest of testing things, but it does pretty well. One thing I should do, as soon as I turn this off again, is I will return this shield into its place. This is in the early days, this was really the only heatsink chip there was. And it is important. So, look at this. Well, I was having horrible visions. Now, this still could come up with bad things. This does check RAM chips. It doesn't do as much testing as other things, but it does give us an idea of what's what. So if this is what I think it should be doing, or sorry, if it's working as it should be, then we should hear the SID chip, because the SID chip did work when we tested on the other machine. But what we're really hoping for now is to hear the sound and to see that no bad RAM chips come up. Okay? Woohoo! So, that's good. Okay, I'm going to put this cover back on, because that is important for the video chip. Now, we'll turn this back on to see if anything has changed. I suspect nothing has changed. I suspect in a moment the screen will fill. There we are. So, so far, so good. So this is the 6510, the microprocessor. We never got into it. This is the PLA chip, and that is a common failure among 64s. This is the SID chip. It seems we're fine. The video chip's in here. Over here we have the RAM chips, which I have not looked underneath the board, but I will. Some of them have been replaced. I'm assuming it's the dark ones, the dark 3 here, that have been replaced at some point. But I do not know for sure, because I'm as sure as I can be, because these sort of more ceramic ones were in the early machines. So, I'm just going to touch my finger to all the chips. See? Woo! The SID chip feels hot. Woo! That's a shame. You know, the nice thing about some of the newer machines is they had the shielding, but the shielding also eventually had fingers that went down and went on most every chip there was. Alright, so we have a bad chip. I'm going to set that there. And I suppose one thing I could do, because this is now running through its testing, which I can shift this up here to do that, just to ensure that we know what we know. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to unplug this anyway. I'm going to put what appears to be the bad PLA chip into this machine. And I'm suspecting we will see not much of anything. I will be shocked if this comes alive. And it does not. Very good. So even though these are very different boards from different generations, we're okay. So I'm going to take the PLA chip that is bad out, and to make sure that it does not infiltrate anything, I throw it into my bin of dead things. And then I'm going to unplug this 64. I will put it down here with its lid. I will find another chip for it. And then put this back in. And turn it on to test. And I'm quite pleased to say that this has turned into not the horrible, disastrous mess that I thought it might be. It's been a while since these chips here, I would have taken them out. But I'm glad that I don't have to. So, shaboom. I think I want to leave this to sit and test for a bit. I do. So, it is time to leave this doing its thing and see if anything else happens. So, we'll shut down things that don't need to be on, and assuming all goes well, we'll be able to contact the fellow who is, where that screen doesn't look very nice. I don't know the controls. Oh no. No. That didn't go well. I really don't know what. Okay. Picture. Ah. Picture. Picture setting. Brightness. Let's see if we can get that. Well, I guess that's 50. That looks a little better. Okay. So, I will carry on. I'm going to leave this to test, and hopefully I can give this fellow some good news. Bye for now.